All right, guys. So today I'm gonna do something a little different. We're looking at this Corvette C8 here, and since this thing came out, I had a big problem with the. I guess what they are is radiators for the engine, the big side scoops they have on there with the big trim piece on top. I understand that that's for additional engine cooling for when the car's not going that fast. But I've never liked that, and I thought it would really broke kind of the line of the car on the side, just the way it juts out like that. And obviously that started with the C8 with the mid-engine, and the kind of spaceship looking front end and shorter nose on the car. So I've just been kind of worked a little bit on some other options basically to what the side of the car could look like or should look like, and so I'm just gonna flip through these real quick. So basically, I've eliminated everything but the scoop, and here it's just kind of on an angle. It's got the opening. It doesn't interrupt the lines of the on the top and the bottom where the lines just flow through to the back of the car, and you've just got the scoop on the side with the side of the door feeding into that. So it's a much cleaner look, in my opinion, that they could have done with this. Even just adding a small trim piece in there if you have to kind of, I guess, make it a more solid piece. But then I just kind of made some other different, I have it rounded here, and, it's a little more flat here. But you see, it keeps those lines of the car, of the Corvette, which have always been, pretty much, throughout the C7, the C6, going back, since they redesigned the car, it always had that smooth look on the side. And, as far as having scoops on the side, I haven't seen anywhere where it talks about that being used for brake cooling. So, but even if that's the case, they didn't have to just make it like this to where it just takes over the whole side of the look of the car. To me, it's just overpowering, and it's just too much. So that's why. And if you look at this one here, you see this is a newer one. I don't know if this is 2025, but you see they've added all of this sculpting on the door to basically run it all the way up to the scoop, and then the hard line going to the scoop. So the scoop is even part of the fender now, to where it looks like the fender is separate from the car, and the scoop is just all incorporated into all this. And to me, this looks ridiculous, the way that it's like they're designing the car around this side scoop instead of trying to get the side scoop to work with how the car looks. And it to me, it doesn't work at all. And so again, on this car, I've just eliminated the whole thing, and just have like a small side scoop there. That might even be too small, but obviously you could round that off and make it functional to to what the car needs. But I've just kind of tried some different things with this. I just eliminated and kept the lines, but to just have the gotten rid of that trim So, I mean, but I don't know that they need that big sculpting in the door just to just so that the air will get in there. If it's, I mean, if it's that big of a problem trying to keep that engine cool, I mean, there's cars that have the cooling up above, or even the roof coolers. I think you're talking about for the ZR1 or different models, but they could easily have incorporated that into the back hatch instead of this. It just seems like it's way over the top for what they were trying to accomplish. And then here you see I've just completely eliminated it just to show how much sculpting they've done to the side of the car to look like and to incorporate that scoop in there, because all of the lines are directed at that scoop, which you could easily eliminate all those lines and everything, and you'd have that nice clean lines on the side like the Corvette has always had. I'm sure there's other ways they could cool the engine. And then here you see I've just kind of made it a simple opening. I mean, it's pretty large the way I have it here, but it's a lot less obtrusive, I guess, to how the car looks. The lines are still, the top and the bottom are still, it's got the lines going all the way back. It's not interrupted by all of that, the scoop here. The way it seems like it's the focus point of the whole side of the car. And here, I've just basically removed everything to kind of show the starting point of the actual shell of the car, which is just a line on top and bottom, and then the giant flare on the bottom to fit the wheels underneath it. But it has that spaceship look to it. They could have easily filled out these sides more to open it, to open it up in the back instead of making such a severe, just like a giant flare in the back with with this line going down the side of the car in the middle. And then just here's another opening that I made. To see, it's a much more simple opening, a much cleaner look than the whole, the whole opening thing that they have. And I cleaned up the side of the car a little bit to make it look more like it just angles out in the back. And then you see here's another model here where they actually made it the same color, the trim piece the same color as the car and the scoop and everything. So yeah, it doesn't stand out as much, but it's a pretty giant scoop in the back. But at least here it looks cleaner the way it goes back, but it's still pretty much the focal point of the whole car. And then, so what I did, I just basically eliminated everything but the scoop, but the opening, to leave the lines there. And so this is the basic look you have. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with this, besides for making it adding a whole contraption on the side just to cool the engine. To me, it's basically sacrificing the look of the car for the engine cooling, when they probably do it somewhere else, even above the fender, where you can't see it. Or they've done that on other cars. They have it above the fender and it goes down in. So that would even be another option. But that's, that's basically my thinking on the Corvette, and the way that I think it should look from the C7 to the C8. It's just like it doesn't work for me, and let me know what you guys think, and that's pretty much it.